What's going on, everybody? David Lemro here. Welcome to Funnel Building Friday. Happy to have you here. Got something super cool to share with you. Give me just a second while I grab a couple of links and make all of this possible. Okay, there it is. Hope you're doing well today. How are you doing? Okay. All right, there we go. Perfect. So on this video, I'm going to show you a super cool way to add a blur onto your foreground rows and columns. So if you had clicked on my or saw my Facebook story, my Instagram story, then you would have seen that I have been, obviously I study this stuff. I follow the leaders in the industry, and I keep my ear to the ground on what's the latest and greatest and things that are working, and the super cool tips and tricks. And I'm always learning, diving in to try and find out and learn how others are doing this and that. And so I wanted to bring to you something that I've noticed that ClickFunnels is doing recently on a couple of their funnel pages. That's just a super cool effect, and I want to bring that to you and show you what it is and how to add it to your pages as well. All right, so let's dive in. Here we have one of ClickFunnels pages at imallin.com. Super cool offer, by the way. This is a bundle of products where you can get 12 months of ClickFunnels Pro, the traffic secrets access, the traffic swipe file, the one funnel away VIP full access. That's a challenge with monthly cohorts and daily support, conversation domination, live traffic community, all of that for only $2,000. It's a sweet deal. All right. I was just looking at it. 12 months of ClickFunnels Pro by itself. That's $300 times 12 months. That's $3,600 just by itself. So even if all you do is just use ClickFunnels, you're still getting an incredible deal on, using it for the whole year. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. This video is about, look at this super cool blur effect that's going on right here with this row. How cool is that? Right? The background, so it's just some things that I've noticed. The background here is set to parallax. So that means that the background image stays still while you scroll down the page. And this blur keeps up with, or this blur is added to this row here. And so as you scroll, it blurs over the other things in the background. Super cool, right? All right, let's check out another one. This one here is their funnelfridays.com. So they're doing something like what I'm doing. I'm doing something like what they're doing. They're the originators, the OGs, right? So what they're doing is Funnel Drop Friday minus Funnel Building Friday. Anyways, let's scroll down. You'll notice that they're doing this same thing right here. There's a blur on this column, and it's blurring out the image right here. Right? Super cool. Okay, so how are they doing it? I'm going to show you. Let's dive into it. So one of the best tools that I can help you with, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to right click and click inspect. Okay, you can also press F12 on your keyboard. It brings it up automatically. I'm going to make this a bit bigger. Okay, so we're going to click this little button right here. We're going to dive into the weeds a little bit, and I want to hover over this row specifically and click into it. All right, now what this has done over here is this has gone through the page's code, and it has got me all the way to the element that is the row itself right here. Okay, I'm not too in particularly looking for this part right here. What we're looking for in this case is over here on the right hand side. You notice that this little icon right here says styles. Let me do this. Okay, this little icon right here says styles. Actually, how about we do this? There we go. So styles. Okay, that means that these these style name tags or these style effects have been applied to this element. Okay. And if we scroll down a little bit, all we're looking for is something that could be a blur effect. And what we notice here is this one right here. It says backdrop filter, blur 12 pixels, and also saturate 150%. Okay, so there it is. That's it. Now all we're going to do is take that, copy it, right there. Let me copy that. Okay, Control C for copy. Now we're going over to ClickFunnels. And we're going to apply that little style effect to the code here. Okay, and I've already done that. Let me show you what we get. Boom, there you go. So this is a style effect that you can now apply to either all of a particular element or like a name tag, whatever. So let me show you two ways. The name tag way is whenever you have this little hashtag, and then you can make up whatever name tag that you want it to be. And what you're telling it is you're saying, apply this style effect to anything that I give this name tag to. Okay? So let me go ahead and show you how that works. We've got this right here. The name tag is blur BG, so blur background. Okay, now I don't have that name tag applied to anything yet, and I wanted to show you that how that works. So in ClickFunnels 2.0, all we got to do is click on. They've made it super easy. All you got to do is click on this little code section here. Now it's brought up the actual CSS code information for that specific element. Okay, so over here in the ID selector, all we're going to do is give it the name tag, blur BG. Now it does have to be exactly the way that it is spelled out over here, and it is case sensitive. Okay, so now keep your eyes on that background right there. As soon as we click update, it's going to give that name to this row, and it's going to apply that all of the styles inside of this little curly bracket to that row. How cool is that? Look at that. Pretty neat, huh? Okay, now I noticed some other things with that little bit of code. They also applied a saturate of 150% to make sure that the colors really pop through. So let's go back over to I'm all in, and there's that saturate 150 right there, and you'll notice that it is extra poppy right there. So if we do, and by the way, you can actually come into any page and you can change up the style. You can change up a couple of things here, but you can actually change up, and this is just temporarily, just to see what it would look like, and then you can copy those changes over to your bit of code somewhere else. So if we were to change this to saturate of 100%, then you would see this is what it looked like before they increased it to 150. Okay, and you can obviously take that to 0 as well too, in case if you want to give it a gray type of effect, a black and white effect. Okay, so that is just for bringing those colors out a little bit more. Now, you may not need to do that with, with this one. This one here, the colors are pretty darn poppy already. And so if we take that off, go over to show code, we could either put this at 100% and leave the code there just so we can use it later, or we could just delete that saturate effect altogether. Okay, pretty dang cool. All right, now the next thing that they did, you'll notice that there is corners and a white border. So you'll see here, we've got a background right there. That's the shadow. Here's the border. And if we click into that, it's just set to white at 20% opacity. Okay, so let's go over and apply that. Come over here to the row, click the settings for it. They've got corners, a shadow, and a border. So let's put these to the basic for now. And where's my border? There it is. It's white at 20% opacity. Boom. There we go. And then the corner. Let's go see if we can figure out how the corners are. Border radius right there, 16 pixels. Okay, corner at 16. There we go. And then let's go ahead and throw on that shadow just for dexterity. Box shadow right here. Oh, so this one up here, the background, that would be 0.05% opacity on the background itself. Sorry, that would be this row. Okay, and box shadow, inset, and 0, 4, 30, and 20% on a black. Okay. Going on over here. Shadow, oops. All right, we're diving in a little bit. 0, 4, 30, and 20% on black. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and that is that. Now, I did mention that there's two ways to apply it. You could either apply it to a specific name tag, whatever that you give that name tag, or you could apply it to all of the elements that are the same element on a page. So let's say that you wanted to add it to all of the rows. Let's go ahead and preview this. What we're going to look for is what is the element identifier for this row, because they all have the same one, I believe. Got the name tag there, and here's this. So I can, for example, all of the buttons have the same button element identifier. Now these rows could have different identifiers. So let's find that out together. But I know for a fact that all the buttons have the same identifier. Okay, row container v1. This might be it right here. All right, actually, why don't I do this? How about I add a new row and see if it contains the same identifier. Okay, right there. This will tell us. Okay, so it is elements row container v1. Yep, that did not change. Okay, so now we just apply to L dot row container v1. Show code. Okay. L dot row container. Let me make sure that's correct. Okay. All right, so if we come over here, paste this right there. Data page element. I believe this is all that we need right here. This instead. Okay, now I did notice that if you apply it that way, then it's viewed more of like a JavaScript type effect, and so it won't take effect here on the editor, but it will whenever you're actually previewing the page. So that just means that we didn't do something right. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. So we're going to click on the element itself. Copy, how about copy selector? What's fun and interesting about the oh, no, that's select. Okay. What's fun and interesting about the inspect tool is it's a world of learning things. Super cool tool to use. That's too much. Anyways, you get the idea. If you wanted to apply it to a button, let me show you that. You would go and click on the button, and here is the copy that element, class L button. Okay, let me pull it from the other page where I've already got it. There it is. See, that .L button right there, like that. El button. Okay. So that's what that looks like. Okay, so I've noticed that this one is whenever it's going to apply whenever there's an action that's taken. So the action is hover. And the other one is actually happening just all the time. So probably better just to stick with the name tag. That would be blur BG. There we go. Now, if you wanted to apply that to more than one thing, you just do like I showed before, go into the code and give that a name tag as well. Same one, and it's okay, it doesn't matter. Right? Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so that's it. That's all I wanted to show you for today. Super cool, super fun thing. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you like this video, this content, give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot. And if you are new, please consider that subscription and maybe even sharing this video with somebody that you know does funnel work and they just like, you know, to learn all the new tips and tricks and stuff. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Now, I don't want to leave you without a next steps. So in case if you would like to take the next step, let me give you some options. Are you someone that is really busy or you would like to have a free strategy call with me to figure out exactly what your funnel needs are and like pick a direction for your business? You've got this thing, but you don't know how to sell it online, then be sure and scan this code up here at the top, or just go to my website, davidjlimmer.com, and book your free strategy call. We'll talk about your needs and possibly even give you a free funnel based off of our conversation. Okay. What would you like to do it yourself? Obviously, you can walk away from that strategy call and give it a try yourself, but I would also recommend taking the One Funnel Away Challenge. If you use my affiliate link here, davidjlimmer.com/try CF-today, or scan the second QR code here, then you can get started in ClickFunnels One Funnel Away Challenge and help support me and the channel at the same time. That's my affiliate link. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching my content. And Lastly, go ahead and import your first 4 funnels from me for free. And you can either go to this link here, bit.ly /4 funnels, or you can scan this QR code at the very bottom. And what that contains is 2 lead squeeze funnels, a book funnel, an Ecomm cart funnel, and a challenge funnel. These are like the first 4 recommended funnels that I would recommend that you get started with. And also, as a bonus, if you are new to ClickFunnels and this is your first time to sign up as a new member, then I will also give you a free mini course called Your First 4 Days in ClickFunnels. Now, this is what I would do during my first 4 days in ClickFunnels, and it's kind of like a hand holding, looking over my shoulder on how to get your account fully set up and off and on your way to making more leads and sales online. So hope this helps you out. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I do take a look at the comments and everything. And again, obviously, if you like this video, this content, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. So thank you again so much. Really appreciate you. That's it for today's Funnel Building Friday, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.